all the kings, have ownership to all of each and everything. Indeed, I am your slave, created from the dust, a traveler in this world. I shouldn't feel such loss. La ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha illallah.
Dear viewers of Clearing the Mist, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace and mercy of Allah be upon you all. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, and the blessings of Allah and His peace be upon Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. Welcome to a new episode of your program. We started Islamic sciences, and we said that Islamic sciences is a general term which covers several things. One of them is hadith terminology, which we covered in a previous episode, and we also started another heading, another part of Islamic sciences, or another science of Islamic studies, which is Aqidah, which we roughly translated into Islamic theology. By Aqidah, we mean belief or creed, and we said that the word literally comes from the root aqada, which means to tie or to knot. The lexical meaning, as you may have noticed in several cases, doesn't have much to do with the term as an Islamic term. Of course, at a deeper level of examination, you find that there is some sort of relationship. You tie or not because this is what you actually do when you abide by, when you stick to, when you adhere to the principles of your faith as a Muslim. Then the relation is there, although it may not be clear at the surface. As a term, it refers to the true Islamic belief as ordained by Allah in the Quran, and as it has been transmitted to us from the Prophet, blessing and peace be upon us. A very important term in Aqidah is Al-Iman. Iman, we use if you have an inverted comma like this and then we close it like this, we use the first inverted comma to stand for the A sound, which doesn't occur in English, and we use the second inverted comma to stand for the what we call in linguistics or in phonetics the glottal stop, or for convenience al-hamza, or simply the sound or the consonant a. Then we have Iman. It should be the other way around actually, and I'm sorry for this. And then we use a double symbol to stand for a long vowel. Then if we have Iman, this is a long vowel between the ma and the na. If we have a short vowel, then it is only like what we call a fatha, as in kataba, for example. Between the ka and the ta, we have a short vowel which is represented by one symbol. But kitab, for example, a book, we have a double symbol. The same here in the case of Iman. Iman, the I should also be doubled because it stands for a long vowel, which is represented by the letter Ya in Arabic. Iman lexically means certitude or adherence to an idea. As a term, Iman can be stated as acknowledging Allah with full sincerity of heart while accepting all His attributes. This is a formal definition of Iman. It is acknowledging Allah with full sincerity of heart in addition to or side by side with accepting all His attributes. It can occasionally, the word Iman can also be occasionally be translated into, as we said, it can be faith or belief, and Aqidah can occasionally be translated into creed. The creed includes 6 articles of belief. We have 6 articles of belief. There is a consensus, there is a unanimous agreement on the elements of this creed as they are clearly articulated, mentioned in the glorious or the ever glorious or the noble Quran. What are these articles of belief? These 6 articles of belief are, let's just enumerate them and then we'll stop with a brief definition of each one of them, or some information about each one of them. Belief in God or Allah. Allah, of course, we prefer to use the word Allah in Arabic. Allah is of course an Arabic word. God is sometimes used in English or the equivalent of God in other languages. The equivalent of the word God, of course, in other languages to stand for Allah. Why we prefer the word Allah as Muslims? The word Allah can never be given to anyone besides Allah, the Creator. This is different from God, which can be spelled sometimes with a small g, and to refer to any God besides Allah with a capital G, besides God with a capital G. It can be even occur in the feminine form. We have God and Goddess and so on and so forth, but this can never happen in the case of the word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, glorified and exalted be He. Never given to anyone except Allah alone. Never made plural like God, gods, or never made feminine like God, goddess. Alright? Then belief in God or Allah, the only one worthy of worship. No one except but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deserves or is worthy of being worshipped. The second article of belief is belief in the malaika. Al-malaika. Al-malaika is the Arabic word for angel. The singular is malak or malak. Malakun or malak. The third one is belief in al-kutub. Al-kutub, books. Not any books, of course, but divine books, revealed books. And these are, as many, if not all of you already know, are the Torah, the Injil or the Gospel, and the glorious Quran. Number 4, in the 6 articles of belief, we have belief in the messengers sent by Allah. Rasul is usually translated into messengers, like Anbiya, which is usually translated into prophets with the singular Nabi, and which means prophet. Number 5 is Al-Qiyamah. Al-Qiyamah is the day of literally resurrection. Al-Qiyamah is resurrection from the grave, will be revived, will be resurrected, will come to life again. We will be made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come to life again in a bodily form on the day of resurrection. Another designation or another name for the day of judgment, resurrection, is the day of judgment or the last day. We have several other things to designations to refer to the same last day. The day of doom sometimes is used. The sixth and last article of belief or faith is belief in or faith in Al-Qadr. Al-Qadr means destiny or fate. We believe that we are destined and that we'll have the fate that has been determined for us by Allah. Does this mean that we are not responsible for our acts? The answer, dear brothers and sisters, is a definite no. Because if we have to do certain things without our own will, then why should we be brought into account because we did so and so or we didn't do and so and so? We are responsible for our acts. It's only there are certain things which we have nothing to do about. You haven't decided whether you will be created a man or a woman, a boy or a girl. You never determined whether you are going to be black or white or yellow or whatever. Then there are certain things which you have nothing to do with. But all other things, and this is what we refer to as predestination. You are predestined to be in a certain way. You don't know who, or you don't decide who your parents will be. You don't decide your complexion, the color of your skin, and so on. Not even your gender, a man or a woman. But in all other things you are responsible and accountable for. These are the 6 basic articles of faith or belief. We are going to explain more or to say more about each one of them in our next episode by the will of Allah. Until we meet again, I leave you in the care of Allah Almighty, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Exalted, the Glorified. This is your host, Dr. Ahmad El-Khatib, asking you to join us in our next episode by the will of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Indeed, I am your slave, created from the dust, a traveler in this world. I shouldn't feel such loss.